Well, it only took me a year and some odd months to get a Squier Strat in the shop, but here it is. And this one's got Wilkinson pickups and hip shot locking tuners on it. But there are some issues going on. I'm going to take a look at this guitar and see what I could do to make it sound a little bit better. Stick around. Hey everybody, I'm Brant, and today I'm looking at this Squier Strat by Fender. Like I mentioned, this has been upgraded some by the owner. He has put in hip shot locking tuners, very nice, with some Wilkinson pickups. He did all the work himself, so I was kind of surprised that he brought this to me. But his issue is that he's having some problems with setup. He's got some pretty significant buzzing going on, especially on the A string. And so I'm going to take a look and see what I can do to rectify that for him. But it's a pretty nice guitar. I don't have all the specs on this guitar. I'm not going to really bother with that. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in to doing a setup on it. See what we can do to alleviate that fret buzz. I'm suspecting he may have some high frets. But we'll find out. We'll find out. One thing that I found very interesting was the spring configuration. I've not seen it like that before. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it that way. I'll probably fan it out in the other direction. But yeah, that's a pretty nice looking guitar. And I got to tell you, these pickups, pretty decent. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and plug it in and see what it sounds like now. All right, I've got it all plugged in and tuned up. I'm really, again, quite impressed with these pickups. I think one of the issues is that the neck pickup might be a little bit too high up. And I wonder how much that is affecting things, as opposed to there being some issue with the frets. But here's what it sounds like on the neck position on a clean channel. Play somewhere the buzzing. Yeah, so quite a bit of buzzing there. Let's just see what the middle sounds like. And the bridge. Quite a bit of buzzing there. By the way, thank you again, John. Smoke Eater Guitars. Go check him out. And some of those riffs I was playing, thank you, Keith, for the love of guitars with Keith. taught me those. So I appreciate it. Go check his channel out too. Really, actually, I think this guitar sounds pretty nice aside from those issues. So let me go ahead and get this on the bench and see what I can do to correct those. See you in a bit. Okay, so I haven't really talked about any of the specs or anything on this guitar, really, other than the pickups and the locking tuners. There's not a whole bunch for me that's out of the ordinary here. I did look at the action right now. Everything except the low E is at 1.25 millimeters. The low E is at 2 millimeters. Definitely the saddles, aside from the low E, are all straight across for the most part. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments there. I was taking a look at the neck levelness, checking to see how straight the neck was. There's just a bit of tiny relief right around the 12th, 15th fret. Everything else is pretty flat. I'm gonna look at that again once I have the strings off, get the tension off. And I'm going to probably move those springs around, fan them out at the bottom. Then I'll check the fret levels and whatnot. I did test these pickups. The neck, middle, and bridge alone all come in at 6 ohms or whatever it is. And the second and fourth position come in at 3. So they're essentially identical, for the most part, pickups. So let me get the strings off and I'm gonna kind of assess with what I need to do. Before I get to that, you know, I've been watching a lot of Smoke Eater guitars. Go check out his channel, John. He's a fantastic guy, really knows what he's doing with this kind of guitar tech work. He's really adamant about not leaving tools on the workbench. And, you know, I have getting ready to take off the strings, some things laying out, but I've tried to be very, very careful not to be laying things around that I'm going to lay the guitar on. I don't think I've ever shown this before. I do have all my tools laid out over here. So I've got my tape dispenser, the strings I'm going to be using, all the polishing, cleaning, fret leveler, screwdriver, sanding beam, nut file, Dremel, crowning file, all the stuff I'm going to need. Anyway, that I just want to kind of give a little background to my setup here. What I have, and I have a sandpaper in the drawers down here. All my stuff that I use when all my rags, when I'm doing this sort of work off to the side. That helps keep things a little bit better organized. But I do get out all the tools that I'm going to be using on a particular job. Normally they're put away. I'm suspecting a couple of different things causing that buzzing. I'm suspecting one, not primarily, but I think the pickups are too high. Especially the neck pickup is too high. And I suspect some unlevel frets. The nut seems to be, might need a little bit of adjustment, but I've seen worse than that. The fret edges here are really nice. Made in China, this Stratocaster. I don't think I've seen a Squier. I think all the Squiers I've had so far are from Indonesia. I don't think I've had a Chinese one. Interesting. Let me get the strings off. Wow, these screws holding the claw in are really cockeyed. Look how angled that one on top is. Let's check the fret levels and see what we got going on. That's pretty good. That is actually one of the better. That's really good. And I don't see too much in way of dents. Definitely can use a polish, but I don't see any little, string indentations or anything like that on here. So I'm not gonna level those. I don't think they need it. I certainly don't think that's what's causing the buzzing. Definitely something else going on there. So let me clean the body. I need to get those string retainers, string trees installed. Bass strings rumble, till it twang ring. He ain't the fastest player, but he feels what he brings. Some jigger hunting that sound, working on his player, but he won't back down. It's some jigger, he loves what he do, sharing his journey with me and you. Okay, so got that done. What did I do? I changed the springs in the back here, kind of put them in normal position. There seems to be some kind of modification done here. I can't imagine that this claw and those screws are what came from the factory. This looks like a pretty hefty block. I wonder if that's new or newer. But there seems to be some sort of routing or something has gone on here at this top edge of the cavity above the claw. And I've screwed the claw back as far as it would go. The trim is pretty much decked to the body. I checked the levels of the frets. Extremely level. There might have been a slight rock down here at the end, like around the 21st fret or so, but minimal at best. So as far as what was causing the issue, I checked the relief. The relief is fine. I checked the nut. The nut's pretty good. I did take just a tad, very little off the low E string because that was sitting a bit high. But yeah, was still getting some buzz. I adjusted the action. I actually had everything, all the strings right about 1.5 millimeters, and I was still getting some buzz on the E string. So I know I kind of harped on it in the beginning. I really didn't think that would be too much of the issue. The pickups were extremely high when I got the guitar, but I lowered them quite a bit, and it seems to have alleviated most of the buzzing. I really didn't think the pickups would be the root cause, but it appears that may be the case. Right now I have the low E string and the A string at 1.5 millimeters. The D string is at 1.25, and everything else is at 1 millimeter as far as action goes. Yeah. Kind of shocked. I was kind of thinking, oh no, am I going to have to shim the neck or something like that? And I just lowered the pickups a little bit more than I had before. And the buzzing pretty much went away. Let me let you hear what it sounds like. Again, just got it on a clean channel in the neck position. Middle. And bridge. Much better. Much better. So it's not always necessarily the frets. Let's put some effects on. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. This has been the Squier Strat, getting rid of the buzz. don't forget to check those pickups after you check the fret levels. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. And as always, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Cheers.